Good afternoon, Miss Effie. Good afternoon, Mrs. Hui Chun Chang.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Prof. Hui Chun Chang.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. Nice to
Okay. And can you hear me very clearly? Because your sound is a bit, I can't hear you very clear.
Oh, your sound is very clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so should we start, or do you want me to do anything to start the event?
I think there's MC is gonna start.
Yes.
Okay, get ready. Okay. And I have 5 students here in our
Okay.
classroom. And can I see the students in your side?
Yes, can everyone turn on your camera, please?
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, can I see you? It's a bit excited. Yeah.
Okay, Miss, maybe we can start now.
Okay.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. This is a general lecture event with our speaker, Professor Dr. Hui Chun Chang from Asia University, Taiwan. If everyone ready to start, I will open the session. Before we start, I would like to remind you to open your camera and mute your audio. Also, I would like to inform you that you should rename your name into your full name since it will be used in the certificate. The Honorable Professor Dr. Hui Chun Chang as the speaker for today's event. Mrs. Evi Rahmawati, MACC, PhD, AKCA, as a moderator for today's event. Mrs. Fitri Wahyuni, SA, MSc, as a head of International Program of Accounting. And the Honorable accounting lecturers and the participants who attend today's general lecture. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalam ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wala alihi washabihi ajmain amma ba'd. Praise to the presence of God Almighty who still give us guidance and mercy to all of us so that we can attend this general lecture in a good health. Blessing and greetings, let us always devote to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who had brought us from the time of Jahiliyah, heading into the era of that full of inayah. The topic of today's general lecture is Sustainability Accounting, which will be delivered by our special speaker, Professor Dr. Hui Chun Chang, and will be guided by Mrs. Evi Rahmawati as moderator. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Andi Diva Nadia Rahma as the Master of Ceremony. Here, I would like to show you the agendas we have arranged today. The first agenda is opening. The second agenda is a speech by the head of International Program of Accounting. The third agenda is general lecture session. The fourth agenda is question and answer session. The next agenda is photo session. The last agenda is closing. Let us start the first agenda, that is opening, by reciting Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The next agenda is speech by the head of.
But if you turn on the speaker here, there will be echoing because this one I have to turn on my speaker. So only one speaker is allowed.
Okay, the next agenda is general lecture session in the subject Financial and Contemporary Accounting with the topic Sustainability Accounting and will be delivered by Professor Dr. Hui Chun Chang. This event will be guided by our moderator, Mrs. Evi Rahmawati. She is an accounting lecturer and the head of Quality Assurance Office from Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. Mrs. Evi Rahmawati, time is yours.
Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
can I share my screen?
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to the students, okay?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. So, thank you, Prof. Yu Chun Chang. So, Prof. Yu Chun Chang, you are from the Department of Accounting and Information System from Asia University. We would like to say thank you very much for having this general lecture for our class this afternoon. And let me just introduce a little bit about Prof. Yu Chun Chang. So her education, her PhD are from School of Accounting and Law or MIT University, Melbourne, Australia, majoring in accounting, and also her MBA from Finance and Investment from the George Washington University, Washington, D.C., USA, and also her bachelor from Western Language and Literature National Cheng University, Taipei, Taiwan. Okay, her topics, she's gonna talk about sustainability accounting, and we are looking very much to listen to it. And I think I will straight pass it on to you, Prof. Yu Chun Chang, and the time maybe around 60 minutes, 1 hour, and then we will have a discussion after that. Okay,
Okay.
the time I will pass it on to you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I think I will share my screen first to see if everybody can see the screen.
Okay, yes.
Okay, should be here. Okay, so can you see my PPT?
Yes, we can see
Yes.
very clear.
Okay. Okay. And today, my topic is the introduction to sustainability accounting. As everybody knows, I'm from the University of Asia University, and the department is the accounting and information system. Our university has been accredited by AACSB, and in the world, only 5% of the university has been accredited also. And our department has long-term cooperation with CPA Australia. That means if you come to Asia University study, and some of the exam subject will be waived, so it's easier for you to get a CPA in Australia. Okay. Yeah, next one. Okay. So can I get to the next one? Yeah.
Maybe you can screen.
Sorry, a bit of technology difficulties. Okay. Okay.
And screen.
This one? No, this one. Yeah.
I think this your PPT.
All right. Oh, okay.
Because if you now,
So
you can.
yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for my student, my lovely students. Okay. Yeah. I think I should talk about a little bit about myself. As you see in my PPT, do you know the color I like best is which color? Anyone want to answer? Okay, I like green and blue, and the plants I like best is succulent, and I like magnolia, and at my free time I like to cook. Okay. Yeah, and this is the outline for today's talk. First, I would like to talk a little bit about sustainability and sustainable development, and followed by sustainability accounting framework. After that, I will talk about environmental cost. and provide the milestones in the history of sustainability accounting. And if we do have time, I think I'm going to provide some environmental accounting guidelines, and then followed by global climate crisis, climate change, and its effect. And the last one is the journey to net zero, which is a very hot topic recently. Okay, for today, I hope everybody after attending this event and hearing my talk, I wish everybody can list the 3 components of sustainability. And the second one is that please make sure you can draw the sustainability accounting framework and name the 4 parts of this framework. And most importantly, I hope you can identify environmental costs for a certain industry or a company. And these 3 are our learning objectives for today. Okay, yeah, let's talk about what is sustainability. Okay, sustainability is the balance among environment, equity, and economy. You can think equity as the societal side, okay? And this is a definition provided by the University of California at Los Angeles. Okay, and after you understand the 3 most important parts of sustainability, I would like to talk a little bit about what is sustainable development. And as you can see on the PPT, this is the most popular definition for sustainable development. And as you can read, sustainable development is the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. And this definition is provided by United Nations World Commission on Environment and Development, or WCED for short. And the definition was provided in 1987. And from reading the definition, do you have any idea that what we should do to keep the world can be to keep the sustainable development possible? Do you have any idea? For the students in my classroom or for the students online, anybody who wants to share your thoughts about after you read this definition? And this is the most popular definition for sustainable development. And this is very important for sustainability accounting. Any idea? Or you can write on the chat. Okay, anyone want to share your idea? Okay, if no, I will get on. Okay. Okay, then now let's move to the framework for sustainability accounting. And this is the framework. I would like you take some time to have a look at this. Look at the x-axis first. This is the x-axis. And on the one side of the line is for internal decision support. This axis is for the purpose of the framework, okay? And the other side is for external reporting. And for the y-axis, one side is for financial, it's to provide the financial or monetary data. The other side is to provide the non-financial or physical data. Okay, the axis and the y-axis divided this framework into 4 major parts. You can see the quadrant 1. This is financial accounting. Okay, so this is the traditional financial accounting. As we all know, within the financial accounting, we provide monetary data or financial data, and the purpose for financial accounting is for external reporting. Okay, and let's look at the quadrant, the second quadrant. This is the management accounting, and this is our traditional management accounting. Everybody knows the purpose of management accounting is for internal decision making, and the information provided is mainly financial or monetary data. So the upper side, we are very familiar with financial accounting and the management accounting. And let's look at the quadrant, the third quadrant. This is called materials and energy accounting. For materials and energy accounting, this is also for managers to make important management decisions, but the information provided is mainly non-physical, non-financial or physical data, like how much water the quantity is used, the quantity of material or resources used or energy used. So the key concern here is that we provide the quantity information so that you know how much you use. Okay, then you will know how much harm you have done to the environment. Okay, and then the last quadrant, the fourth quadrant, is social accountability accounting. You can think about this as a sustainability reporting or sustainability reports. For this site, the purpose for social accountability accounting is for external reporting. And the information provided is mainly non-financial or physical data. So sustainability accounting is focused on the bottom side of this framework. Okay, and the most important part is that besides to the traditional financial accounting and the management accounting, physical data is provided. Okay. Okay, as because our class is management accounting, so for sustainability management accounting, that comprises three parts. The first part is the social responsibility or accountability accounting. And the second part is cost management accounting. That is the traditional cost management accounting. And the third one is the environmental management accounting. And this is the focus of this subject. Okay, and then let's talk about a little bit about social accounting. What social accounting looks like. Okay, social accounting look at a company's social responsibilities and their use of social resources, the relationship between a company and the society, the need for the organization in society, and the social cost versus social benefits of an organization. See, the key points is here, the social cost and social benefits for the accounting, for the organization. And this concept was proposed by David Leibowitz. David is an accounting professor in the United States. He proposed this idea in 1968. And he emphasizes on the measurement and analysis of the economic and the social benefits of government and the corporate actions on the public sector. So his focus is for the government agencies and for the public sector, okay, not for the private companies. Okay, and as I said, the focus of this class is environmental management accounting, or what we call the EMA. It is the identification, collection, analysis, and the use of two types of information for internal decision making. The first is physical information on the use, flows, or rates of energy, water, and material, and that includes waste. And the second is monetary information on environment-related costs, earnings, and savings. Okay, you will see the internal decision making, you will see the physical data information, and this definition is provided by the Chartered Global Management Accountant. So most of the accounting organizations are involved in this process to develop sustainability accounting. Okay, and this is environmental cost. You see, there is a bird. I think this bird is called the pelican. So are you familiar with this concept of the picture? I think that is our culture. Like the baby, the bird is carrying a baby. And the bird is called pelican. Have you seen any pelican? The pelican's mouth is very big, and all the fishes can accumulate in his mouth. Have you seen? Yeah, so that is called pelican. And that is the baby. And traditionally, we thought all of the babies were carried by pelican to the mother. Yeah, and here, this is a grape, you know. When you died, yes, this is a grape. So this comes means from cradle to grave. So when you are trying to identify environmental cost, you have to think about the product from the birth to the death. Yeah, from the grave to the from the cradle to the grave. And you have to think about the whole process, and then identify the environmental cost. Okay, and the right hand side of this is life cycle cost analysis. Actually, they are the similar concept. You have to identify a product life cycle, so you can identify all the environmental costs related to the process. Yeah, okay. And the environmental costs are costs connected with the actual or potential deterioration of natural assets due to economic activities. So if the production process cause any harm to the environment, to the natural resources, or to the natural assets, then environmental cost is occurred. Okay. And this definition is provided by OECD. Okay. And next, I think I will let you see two very short videos that is related to the fast fashion industry. Are you familiar with this industry? Fast fashion. All the clothes wear once and then get rid. And the clothes, okay. Okay, then I'll share the, wait a second, yeah. I think I have to share the video. What can I do? Okay, I have to come here. But can you okay, so can you see? For those online, can you see the YouTube? Yeah, no. No, okay, so I have to share that first. Okay.
So the first time you have to open the Zoom.
Open my Zoom here, yeah. And then share again.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you have to.
Oh, okay. And then open this. Okay, and then share. Okay, so okay, so can you see the YouTube now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So I'll let you see.
Fashion industry is destroying everything on the planet. Air, water, land, earth. 10% of all global CO2 emissions is because of fashion industry. Fashion industry produces 20% of global wastewater. It uses 80 billion cubic meters of fresh water. That is 2 months of drinking water for the entire US. It produces 92 million tons of waste in a year. 85% of our old clothes end up in a landfill, can sit there for 50+ years. It would take 12 years to recycle what the fast fashion industry creates in 48 hours. 60% of our clothes are made of polyester or plastic, which makes fast fashion a huge contributor to plastic pollution. Washing clothes releases 5 lakh tons of plastic particles, that's 50 billion plastic bottles. Fast fashion is predicted to increase till to 60% by the year 2030. Together we can make the change. For more videos, visit.
Okay, so what have you seen? So I have to go back to my Zoom and then share. Yeah, stop, right? Yeah, and I can stop here and then share the new. I have to go back here, right?
Oh, yeah.
But not this
That's
one. Is that the one?
Okay. And then share again.
Share again. And then I have to press this one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The next one is another video, so I have to go back again. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Talk about this first. Okay. So the video you just watched is for the impact of fast fashion on the environment, and I want you to keep in mind that what you have seen, that the fast fashion industry, what they have do to the environment. Okay, so just keep this in mind because later I'm going to explain the environmental cost framework so that you can identify what kind of environmental cost has been occurred by this industry. Okay, and this one is what they have done to change the impact. Okay. Yeah. So maybe stop. Yeah.
This one.
Go. I think go YouTube. It should be.
Oh,
yeah.
you
But,
want to watch the
yeah. Another one. But not this one. So I have to. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Let's go back. Okay. Yeah. And then. Okay. So can you stop it? What's wrong with that one? That one late? I don't know. What's wrong? But you can you see this one? Yeah. Okay.
So it can take nearly 2,400 gallons of water to make a single pair of jeans. You see, how we make and buy clothes is hurting the planet. But here's a potential solution. The fashion industry is one of the most pollutive in the world, accounting for an estimated 10% of global greenhouse gas emissions. And as climate change intensifies, experts say it is critical to rethink how we produce clothing. Traditional manufacturing is already harmful to the environment, and after consumers throw away products, they end up in landfills. So one solution is to keep them in use longer. Companies are doing this now by accepting customers' used clothes for store credit, allowing new customers to then buy these used goods at a discount. According to ThreadUp's 2021 resale report, the value of the secondhand market is projected to double in the next 5 years to $77 billion. The CEO tells CBS Money Watch, over the next 5 years, as younger people gain more purchasing power, it's critical that brands figure this out.
Okay.
It's the stuff of nightmares,
Okay.
wreaking havoc on our.
We'll have to close this one and then close this one. Okay.
In wartime, insect-borne diseases could kill more people.
Not yet. Okay. Now this one. Sorry. And we have to go back to our PPT. I think that's this one. Or this one. Yeah, maybe just this one. Yeah. But I'm not.
Just the PowerPoint.
PowerPoint.
Yeah,
This one and then this one.
Uh-huh.
But What's wrong with it?
I think it's better if you carry.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So what you have? So you should not like now this one. Should be okay. So
This one and
then
your
or this one,
yeah.
and
I
then
think it's
go
better.
yeah better then come here and then
Yes, so
share this one. Yeah.
It's right. Oh, okay. Kita kerja.
See now it-
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like if you
or
want
turn
to
off or
just press the minimize.
Minimize.
Yeah, and then you can open
another one.
Yeah.
Which one? This one?
No. I mean, you can just use this one.
Use this one.
But if you want to look another YouTube, you just press the minimize, and then you have
But which one are you watch? Are you watching?
I
don't know. Yeah.
It's like
So now this one shouldn't be this one, and this one is for myself because there's some notes here, over there, and yours. I think let's turn off everything. Turn off this one and turn see, and only keep one. So this one, right? Yeah, and then share. Yeah. Yes. Right. Why? Now this one.
you can just press
Next.
Yeah.
No, not this one. See, you will see what I'm going to talk next. Yeah. Okay, so I think we turn off this, and then we only this one's left, and stop sharing and sharing again. Yeah. And this one, yeah. And then yeah, here. I'm sorry. Yeah, so or also turn off this yeah, how to switch it? Yeah.
And then stop share first.
Yes, sharing first, and then
You open again your PowerPoint. File.
I'll open the file again.
Yeah.
Wait a second. It should be here. Okay, UMY, right? Yeah. Right, there are three.
Yeah, I think you must close all and you open again.
Close all. Close this one. Close this one.
Yeah.
And now this one.
You
Now this
close
one.
again,
Yeah.
and
And
you
so
open-
everything is closed, right? I can
Yeah.
open this again. Yeah. Okay. And then
Zoom.
Zoom and
Yeah.
sharing.
Yeah.
Share this one. Right, share this one.
No.
No.
It's okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then slideshow. Now okay. No.
Where does
Why? I don't know why. What should we do? Okay.
it's okay. It's okay. You continue your presentation.
Okay. But can you see very close? Okay. But I don't this. Okay.
Yeah,
I think I should do this first. Let me try. Okay, I do the slideshow first and then share. Okay, and then share. See? And
Yes. I don't know. If well, yes, maybe. Yeah. It's okay. It's not.
okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's start from this page. Okay. And this is if you would like to know more about materials and energy accounting, that is the third quadrant in the framework. And the key point in this book is that it says the use and availability of materials and energy are of such high sustainability and economic relevance that specialized accounting has been developed to assist management in dealing with emissions and waste, as well as the limited supply of natural resources. And if you want to get some certificates, and there are ISO series certificates you can get. And the two recommended one are the ISO 14051 material flow cost accounting and ISO 50001 energy management systems. The two ISO systems is the certificate. If you want to pursue in this field, you can get the certificates. Okay, and next I'm going to talk about the milestones in the history of sustainability accounting. The first one I would like to share is the Silent Spring. That is the book, and the book is written by Rachel Carson in 1962. And this book is a very important book because the writer, Rachel Carson, she is the mother of environmental movements. And due to all the environmental movements, there are many, like in the United States, the Environmental Protection Agency has been created after 1962 due to all the environmental movements. Okay, and Rachel Carson, she is a marine biologist and nature writer. And in 1962, she wrote the book Silent Spring, and this book outlined the dangers of chemical pesticides. And the most famous one is called DDT, okay, DDT. And this pesticide is not just pesticide, it's a biocide because it harms the ecosystem, okay. And actually, I would like to show this short video with you, but where we record the same problem. Okay, so I have to go to Zoom. Stop sharing, right? And then share again, yeah. And then share again, yeah. Share this one, or not this one, this one. And then share, yeah. Yes, okay, it's right, okay. This Spanish, English.
In wartime, insect-borne diseases could kill more people than bullets. That was until World War II, when a new miracle insecticide called DDT was sprayed by the Allied forces. It wiped entire fields of malaria-bearing mosquitoes and typhus-bearing fleas, clearing the way for troops. When the war was over, DDT became a boon to farmers. It improved crop yields as never seen before, but a best-selling writer realized that this had unforeseen consequences. Marine biologist Rachel Carson had a special ability to convey scientific knowledge along with a passion for nature. With that unique talent, she soon rose from an editor of short radio stories for the US Fish and Wildlife Service to a very successful writer. Her second book, The Sea Around Us, became an instant bestseller, and its film version even won the 1953 Oscar for Best Documentary. In the late 1950s, she received a letter from a friend describing the death of many songbirds near her property following aerial sprayings of DDT. This prompted Carson to spend the next 4 years interviewing other scientists about the effects of the synthetic pesticide. She discovered 3 important phenomena. First, DDT kills all sorts of animals when it is sprayed, not just pests. So it should be called a biocide, not a pesticide. Second, it doesn't dissolve in water and persists in the environment for years, so it weakens ecosystems. And third, DDT enters the food chain by accumulating in fatty tissue. So it affects human health, potentially causing cancer and genetic damage. Carson published her findings in Silent Spring, a book that shook the public's conscience. She called for cleaner alternatives to deal with pests. The backlash from the chemical industry was ruthless, including personal attacks on Rachel Carson. But she had done painstaking research and was backed by many scientists. 10 years later, DDT was banned for agricultural use in the United States. However, Carson's main argument went beyond pesticides. She advocated for vigilance of our impact on ecosystems and started a worldwide environmentalist movement that is not just based on emotions, but also on facts.
Yes. This book clearly identified the harm caused by the pesticide used by the industry. Okay, and later on, more and more environmental movements happened. Yeah. Okay, so turn off this one, and then okay. Go back to this one, right? I think so. Should be this one. Yeah. Correct? Oh, not correct. Okay, no more videos. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, and this book not only that the United States have the set up the Environmental Protection Agency. This work also led to the for the Sweden to become the first country to establish an environmental protection agency. So that is the first one in the world. And this book also led to the establishment of Earth Day. That is April 22nd. And it also inspired a variety of environmental awareness programs and protests. Okay, so the next milestone is in 1994. In 1994, Elkington proposed triple bottom line. And because it's a triple bottom line, you can see that is quite similar to sustainability. For sustainability, the most 3 key parts for sustainability is the environment, society, and economy. And for triple bottom line, the phrase it stands for people, planet, and profit. It stands for people, planet, and profit. And the phrase is to describe the triple bottom line and the goal of sustainability. And that was proposed by John Elkington in 1994. And this title was that used by the famous oil company Shell as the cover of its first sustainability report. That is in 1997. As John Elkington, in his Harvard Business Review article, says the triple bottom line wasn't designed to be just an accounting tool. It was supposed to provoke deeper thinking about capitalism and its future. Okay, so the next one is in 1995. Denmark is the first country to have the green accounting law. Okay, so the key points in the law is that the law requires about 1,200 high pollution corporations to publish annual environmental reports. And about 200 corporations voluntarily publish environmental reports. The requirements for disclosing corporate environmental data are in principle only and not as strict as financial accounting laws. Okay, and no mandatory environmental accounting requirements. But at that early in 1995, Denmark has asked the high pollution companies to have their annual environmental reports. See, because nowadays sustainability report is the key issue in recent days. Yeah, but in 1995, Denmark already asked the companies to provide this kind of reports. Okay, and next, this is I think for environmental cost control, this one is the most important. In 1995, US EPA, that is United States Environmental Protection Agency, they proposed an introduction to environmental accounting. And here are, except for that one, there are also other companies or other accounting organizations propose the similar environmental accounting guidelines. But I think the most important one is the one that is the first in 1995. That's from the US EPA. And also in 2005, this one is from Japan. Japan's Ministry of the Environment, they also propose an environmental accounting guidelines. And these two guidelines provide very clear guidance on how to identify environmental costs. Okay, I'll talk about a little bit about US EPA and the environmental accounting guidelines. Okay. US CPA, they divided all the environmental costs into 5 tiers. Okay, this chart is very important. Okay, they divided the environmental costs from 5 tiers, from tier 1 to tier 5, from the easily identified to the most difficult identified. For the one that is very easy to be identified is conventional cost. Okay, and conventional costs include the cost of direct raw materials, utilities, labor, supplies, capital, equipment, and the related depreciation. And here I would like you to recall the first video you have seen. Can you name any environmental cost from the video? Yeah, the first video for the conventional cost, the one that is most easily to be identified. They include cost of direct material, utilities, labors, supplies, capital equipment, and related depreciation. Do you remember the harm of the fast fashion on the environment? Think about the production process. Remember, think about it. I would like you to spend some time to think about it. Anything, any environmental costs, can you remember? Not remember, can you identify? Natural resources. What are the natural resources the fast fashion use to produce their clothing? Yeah, the fast fashion, they are producing all kinds of clothing at a very cheap price. Yeah, because it's cheap, so everybody will buy the new clothing. But after wearing once, they don't like it, they will get rid of it. And those clothing will go to the landfill. Yeah, from this process, what kind of environmental costs can you identify? Yeah, environment cost. Think about the production process. Oh, for those online, can you recall the first video you have seen and identify some sort of environmental cost that the fast fashion incurred due to the harm this to the environment? Anyone? Do you remember how much water they use? Do you remember? Do you remember how much water they use? And that is equivalent to the, I think, a 2-month fresh water consumed in the United States. The water they used to produce the clothing equals to 2 months fresh water consumption for the people in the United States. Yeah, so the use of water is a way, I think they use the natural resources because water is a natural resources. Yeah, and the way they use the water is a kind of environmental cost. Yeah, the way they use the water is a part of the environmental cost. And because after if they get rid of the clothing you don't want, then all the clothing go to the landfill. You have to process because it will stay there for how many years? 50 years? Longer than 50 years. And the most of the fast fashion material they use is plastic. Yeah, do you know what is the problem with plastic? It stay, the pollution, yes, and it will stay there for a very, very, very long time, right? Plastic, and the plastic will become small pieces, right? They will become small pieces, and then the small pieces will go to the river, go to the ocean, and they will consumed by the fish, right? And then get into our ecosystem. This is what the Rachel Carson said, because the DDT, that's the one kind of the pesticide, right? And the pesticide will stay in the water, and we people will drink the water and will get into our human system. Yeah, cause cancer. Yeah, all these are costs, but those costs are not shown in the financial reports of fast fashion industry, right? But it's the cost to the society. Yeah. So the cost to the society is called the societal cost. That is the tier 5 cost. And that is the one that is the most difficult to be identified. Okay, so as I said, the EPS framework, they classify the environmental costs into 5 tiers. And the first tier, conventional costs, like the use of water, the use of electricity, that is the conventional cost. Okay, and the hardest identified part of the societal cost is what we just said. The plastic will go to the ecosystem. Yeah, and cause now the harm now is not just for the environment, but also for our human bodies. Yeah. Okay, and the second tier is the hidden cost. The second here is the hidden cost, and the hidden costs were divided into 3 parts. The first part is the upfront cost. Upfront cost. What is upfront cost? That is a cost such as search costs relating to finding environmentally conscious suppliers and the initial design costs of environmentally preferable products, or the regulatory costs and the costs incurred because you want to comply with the laws. And the voluntary cost, this cost is the community relations, because you have to maintain the good relationship with the communities, and they will incur cost. And that is also part of the environment cost, but that is called the hidden costs. Okay, this is the second tier, and the third tier is called the contingent cost. Contingent cost, and it is defined in probabilistic terms, and include future compliance costs, legal expenses, natural resource damages, and economic loss damages. Okay. And tier 4 is the relationship and image cost. And the last one is the society cost. Okay. So for you to get a better understanding of this framework, you have to think about the video you just watched. See, the first video we watched is related to the environment cost. I mean, the harmless caused by the industry, by the production process to the environment. And the second video we watched, do you remember what does that say? The second video, also from the fast fashion industry. Do you remember? Because they propose, one of the problems for the clothing go to the landfill. How do you solve this problem? Reuse, right? So second, yeah. So second-hand market for clothing. So yeah, the second, or opportunity shops. That is very popular in Australia. Yeah. So because the industry, most of people don't like to wear I shouldn't say most of people, because some people don't like to wear old clothing, but it's still wearable. So if you create the second-hand market, that can solve part of the problems. So that is what the fashion industry is going to, I think they are doing now. They are doing now. And the cost related to the process is also part of the environmental cost. Yeah. Okay, and this is the Japan's environmental accounting guidelines. It's a bit different from the one provided by US EPA. And environmental accounting guidelines provided by Japan, they categorize the environmental cost into six parts, including business area cost, and upstream, downstream costs, administration costs, R&D costs, societal activity costs, environmental remediation costs. These two guidelines actually, I think they are quite similar, but with a different way of classification. So if you want to get more understanding for environment costs, you read these two guidelines first. And although the US EPA provided the environmental guidelines in 1995, it's about almost 30 years ago, but still available on the website. Yeah, you can search online. Yeah, and the Japan's one that is proposed in 2005 is also available on the internet. Okay, and because I think the time is reaching 3:30, I think I'm going to close my talk from here. Do you remember the framework for sustainability accounting? Do you still remember that one? I'll go back to that. Okay, see, this is the sustainability accounting framework. We focus on the bottom part, on the third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Okay, on the third quadrant, you can use the US EPA and Japan's environment agency, the guidelines they provide to identify the environmental costs. And the environmental cost you identify will include the quantity data, the physical data. You see the y-axis, this side, the information provided is non-financial or physical data. So this is how much water used. See, like what we state, the water used by the fashion industry equals to the two-month fresh water consumption in the United States. So that is quantity or physical data, and that is required to to manage with that. Yeah. Okay. And the other side, for external reporting part, this is sustainability reports or ESG reports, what we call ESG report. Okay. So after you look at the two videos, you have the framework, you understand the framework, you know how to identify the environmental costs. The next step, please go to find one fast fashion sustainability report like Zara. Do you know Zara? Yeah, everybody knows Zara or H&M. Are you? Yeah, I should say Zara. I shouldn't say fast fashion industry. I should say Zara or H&M. Yeah, go to find their sustainability report, and you can compare. You can compare what they have done to the environment and what they said they do to save the environment. Then you can evaluate these companies' sustainability performance. Yes. Okay. And I think that is all for today's talk to UMY.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you
Okay.
very much, Prof. Yu Chung Chan. Maybe we
I
come
don't know
for the discussion. Maybe we can, question and answers. Do we have time?
Stuff sharing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So very, very interesting talking about sustainability accounting. I think with these conditions now, with the environment, global climate change, I think it's become very important. And I think I know from management accounting and also from the financial accounting part now, I think IASB or IFRS are talking about integrating reporting where environment become very, very important now for companies to disclose. And yes, I think it's very important for us and for the generation, certainly for companies to understand better what the impact of their industry. I think I was amazed with the video and how fashion companies are very highly polluted.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Maybe from UMY, the question from our students. I will give time for students to ask question. Is it okay, Prof? Let me just ask them. Kelas, ada yang mau bertanya? Ada yang mau bertanya tentang environment accounting atau sustainability accounting atau green accounting atau cost tadi ya, cost yang dihasilkan dari dampak dari pencemaran lingkungan ya. Silakan, Anda mau bertanya? Ayo, atau harus Ibu panggil satu-satu ya? Konita, Konita harus bertanya nih. Konita, can you hear me? I think I saw Konita somewhere. Regita. Apa ini? Oh, let me ask.
But no, I think.
Hidela. Do you want to have questions? Ayu, who's that? Let me see.
Someone's raising. Someone
raising hands.
Yeah.
Let me see who's raising hands. There's Konita. There, I can spot you, Konita. Question. Maybe you want to ask about research, Konita. Idea research.
Yes, Miss. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So I'm Kanita Amalia. I want to ask that I just want to know your perspective. I mean your opinion about the important the role of the sustainability accounting for sustainability development goals, Miss.
You mean the importance of the importance of sustainability accounting?
Yes, for the sustainability development goals.
Yes, because see, the purpose of accounting, there are two purposes for accounting, right? One is for internal decision making, the other one is for external reporting. So if we do our job, then we will help the organizations or the industries to reduce their impact on the environment because we provide the required information. And the other side is that we let the public know that how the company is performing in terms of sustainability by providing the sustainability reports. Yeah, that is what we can do. And we can do a very good job and we are very helpful. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much,
Yeah,
Miss, for the
yeah.
answer.
Thank you, Konita. Okay, so I guess even though now it's still voluntary for reporting, is it voluntary in your country or is it mandatory now?
I think it will become compulsory for the high pollution companies.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Because see, we are proposing the 2030 or 2050, we will have to become a net zero countries.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you have to try your best to reduce the carbon emissions. Yeah.
Yes, it's very important.
Very
that
important issues. Yeah.
Yes, and the information needs to be available for publics, I think, to also understand. So it's not just some people job to help the environment, but I think it's everyone's everyone's duty, to be involved in looking after the environment. I think that's the main reason for everyone's, and in our parts as an accounting people, we certainly has to make sure that companies also pay attention for the sustainability. Very agree. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Prof. Any other questions from students? I think it's very nice to hear from Asia University, and it's a very good experience that we can share about this. And I hope in the future we can collaborate more. I think that's all. Once again, thank you very much for this afternoon lectures. So I will give back to the MC.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to share some ideas with you. Thank you. And you have a good afternoon, everybody. Yeah.
Thank
okay,
you so
so
much.
see you. Okay, bye. Okay, see you. Bye.
Okay, thanks to Professor Dr. Chang for the attractive material. Hopefully, it can help the audience to have a better understanding of financial accounting. And thanks to Mrs. Evi Rahmawati as moderator who guided the discussion today more clearly. Now we are turning to the last agenda, which is closing. As the master of ceremony, I do apologize for any mistakes during this event. Finally, I say thank you. Before leaving this event, kindly please everyone turn in on your camera because we want to take a picture. Okay, I will count. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Once more. 1, 2, 3. Once again. 1, 2, 3. Thank you everyone for joining this event and see you in the next event. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you,
wabarakatuh,
Miss.
everyone. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.